it really depends. Again, the difference is one is more conservative, tried and tested. The other one is new, sexy, but very risky. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. Hi guys, welcome back to the Property King. For today's episode, our topic is, which should you invest in? Real estate or NFTs? Let's discuss. In terms of these two investment instruments, there's a huge difference in terms of the risk to reward ratios, okay? So on the real estate side, it's a much safer investment, of course. It's a real property, it's tangible, it's something that has physical properties, there's a title attached to it. It's something that you can visit physically, you can hold, and there's a real life utility to that particular property, okay? As opposed to NFTs, non-fungible tokens, that are digital in nature. It's very new, right? We're still at the very, very, very early phase, and there's no mass adoption yet, but adoption is quickly growing at a very rapid pace right now. But still, I would say that there's still a lot of potential for NFTs to be explored. The possibilities are quite endless, to be exact, right? But on the other hand, real estate offers you a safer, more tangible, more conservative investment, right? And you won't experience a lot of volatility. When you invest in property, let's say you invest 10 million pesos today, tomorrow it won't go down to 5 million pesos. Okay, the chances of that happening is very slim. And generally, as you progress, because land is scarce, there's a very limited supply of land. Over the long term, property will really have to rise because population increases, right? That's a general direction right now. Our population growth continues to increase, especially here in the Philippines. I think our population growth is roughly about 1% per year, right? So it's a healthy rate. And because the population is increasing, but the amount of land that we have is not, right? Especially in the cities, that will drive up property values to go up over the long term. And in the crypto space, in the NFT space, people can create projects endlessly because it's all in the metaverse. It's all made virtually, right? So people could have a lot of supply. The only difference is for the better projects, they would have a limited supply to, let's say, 10,000 items, 10,000 items in the collection, some even lower at 888, 5,555, 3,333. It really depends. Again, the difference is one is more conservative, tried and tested. The other one is new, sexy, but very risky. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. In terms of returns, okay, the returns for the metaverse, for NFTs specifically, quickly, outgrow the returns from real property. Because in property, for you to be able to get 2x, 3x, 4x, or 5x in terms of returns for your property, you'd have to wait for at least a year or even more, right? In some cases, you'd have to wait for 5 years, 10 years before that happens to your investment. But in NFTs, it could happen in a week's time, 2 weeks' time, a month's time, some even in a day or two, some even in hours. I saw cases in the span of 6 hours. A friend of mine was able to flip a particular NFT for 6x in just a span of 6 hours. So it's very possible, but at the same way that your NFT could rise in value in 6 hours by 6 times, right? It could go down the drain. It could go down to less than 10% in just a matter of hours as well. Okay, so that's the difference between the income potential, the return potential of real estate versus NFTs, right? One is very high potential, right? The NFTs, but very high risk as well. It can go up today, tomorrow it could be down, right? For real estate, steady growth, slowly, but generally the trajectory is going up. So another feature of NFTs and real estate that they have in common is passive income. Okay, so on the property side, you get passive income through what? Rentals, right? So let's say you have land and you rent it out. to an investor, right, who builds a building there and leases the property, or they live there, or they have their business there, right? They operate there. They pay rent to you. That's your passive income. If you have a condo, you lease it out to a tenant. That's passive income. If you have an office space, you lease it out. That's passive income for you. If you have retail space, you lease it out again. That's passive income for you. So for NFTs, if you have, for example, a Genesis Kong, one of the popular NFTs, in the OpenSea market right now. If you have that, every day it gives out bananas, right? So the bananas can be sold for profit, right? It could be converted into Ethereum if you want. It has a monetary value attached to it because it has utility. It's used to breed, Genesis Kongs. Two Genesis Kongs will breed. You use bananas, you burn the bananas, and then you have a baby Kong as a result, right? Which you can sell again in the open market, in OpenSea. So that becomes the utility of the project, and because there's utility and there's demand for it, there's a value attached to it, right? That's how, NFTs typically earn passive income. Of course, there will be other ways like staking. There's plenty of ways to earn. Some are done through quests. There's a myriad of different ways to earn passively, from NFTs. Yeah, but just to name a few, those are the things that top of my mind I know of when it comes to NFT passive income. So both have, passive income capabilities, but of course, if you compare it, side by side, the amount of money that you need to spend in order to get NFTs compared to property is not that high. I mean, the entry barriers, especially for the pre-sale projects, is not that high, but you can look at potential projects that would yield you this passive income through tokens, or possibly other ways, which I still don't know. I mean, the possibilities are endless when it comes to NFTs right now, right? So I guess those are the differences and similarities that I could think of top of mind, about NFTs and real property. Just be sure that when you invest in whether in real property or NFTs, that you study it very well. Invest what you can afford to lose. Don't put all of your life savings all at once. Do your own research, and that's it. So I hope you learned a lot from this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, you can send it to my email at rk@propertyking.ph, or send us a message to our social media channels. Also, if you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe, hit that bell icon, like this video, and comment down below. Again, this is RK from Property King. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, let's all grow wealthy together. Goodbye.